Fuck. This game does not.
And
On my iPad, just to make sure everything's up and running.
same, I'll get the stream up on my phone. God bless America.
America. The Hard Rock Cafe Miami Grand Prix. That's actually what the name of the track's called.
Yeah.
Right, so we're still missing a few people, but we shall get this going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to pull up the... there's no music in my ears. I think I've lost music. Music is on. It's just...
Why don't we talk about Ferrari? A beautiful performance from McLaren today.
I love how I switch in the commentators and it just goes, "What a beautiful from McLaren today."
Good timing.
Of course it would say McLaren, right? Yeah, well, hey guys, sorry I didn't mention earlier, Cruz has done my job for me. This is the pre-stream, we're just waiting for everyone to join and then we'll get going. We're missing, I think it's 5 more drivers, and then we'll be away we go. I think we have formation lap on. Is it on? Hang on a minute. Let me have a look. Press me. Look at it. Formation lap. Find it. Formation lap is off, so I don't know if was formation lap on or off yesterday, Cruiser.
I don't think it was, no.
Okay, so formation lap is off, so it's alright. Let's put formation lap off and then immersive. Safety car reduce. Pit stop experience immersive. I'm just checking everything strict. Yep, AI diff 75. Blah 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 blah. We're looking good. We are missing 1 Williams, a Mercedes, and we're missing a McLaren, but I don't know who's going to be driving for the McLaren tonight with Mag User. Go Mag User!
I think we're getting started here. Maybe the rest of the drivers will show up throughout the qualifying sessions, so need to wait and see.
Yeah, I've just seen in the Discord, apparently that guy that left... Oh, we're going! Everyone's not here yet, Dean, but we are going. We've got 17. So, Cruiser, you may get some invites. Keep an eye on the Discord.
Okay.
Or I might, if I see someone, if I get a message from TS9, the div head, then division head, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Away we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to pause the game and try and see if I can get my sound back, because I think I've lost sound completely. Hirsch, there's Hirsch, one of the drivers. Hello to the 12 people in chat. Hello, welcome to the stream. I won't bore you too much tonight. Usually it's Cruiser's voice that's boring drones and balls everyone, but it's me tonight you've got.
And also, unfortunately, you've got me, but I'm not doing the main commentary. And also, I appreciate that. I really do.
You usually say it when we're on the F2s.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't mean it. I don't mean you like. I don't mean it like literally. I mean, I know.
No.
I mean, I know I do, but I don't mean for you to say it like literally. You know.
We just pause it. There we go. We got sound. Right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another FPRL race. Tonight it's the Tier 1s going around the Miami Grand Prix, sponsored by the Hard Rock Cafe. Last night we obviously had the Tier 3 race. Absolute hectic to the final laps. I'm your host, Silverside Boy. I am joined alongside not David Lolface. I am joined alongside my F2 comms partner.
Yes, it's me once again, Cruiser 1872, and the best race engineer for one race I've ever had in Silverside Boy.
Hello, yes, I was his race engineer. Let me just bring up all my telemetry and track data so I can see everyone. There is a Mercedes going out early of Brookie Min is our first driver out on track. First of all, Cruiser, we'll ask you. You raced here last night. Is there any tips that you can give any of the Tier 1 drivers? Or hinters?
I don't really think there is much to mention, because we have seen as well some of the Tier 3 drivers did adopt the 0-0 wing setup, which on the section of track which Brookieman's going down right now, this very long back straight here in Miami, it definitely does make a difference, because with that DRS zone you gain so much speed going down towards the second sector, but at the same time you do also pay the price for that straight line speed, and regardless of I think setup or skill level, this bit here, the chicane, it's going to play a few problems tonight for our drivers.
Yeah, like you said, right, obviously we saw a lot of people using the 0-0 wings. It kind of, some people find it unfair, some people find it fair game because everyone has access to it, but yeah, I understand some people's pain of, like, obviously especially in the practice race on Tuesday as Brookie comes around the final corner. I'll get this through quickly. It's impossible to overtake someone if they're running the 0-0 wings, because even with DRS they seem to pull away. And as we watch Brookie go across the line to set the first lap of the session, Cruz, do you want to go on board with him and go for a lap?
Very well, so we're on turn 1 now, very tight to the inside apex there for Brookieman. Now turn 2 and turn 3, a very dangerous corner that you could get oversteer and get yourself sent into the wall, but Brookieman for turn 6. We saw that quite a few times in the Tier 3 qualifying.
Yeah, we've got Cruz on his way through up to where Brookie has dropped it, so maybe Brookie's running 0-0 wings. As we saw, what's his name? I think it was in the Alpha Tauri last night. One of the Tier 3 drivers using it and was having some issues through that sector. I think he spun there 4 times. Cruiser will be the first person to set a residential lap. That was really bad for my speech impediment, but we'll carry on. As we go through, watch Cruiser go through, as I like to call the Mickey Mouse section, as it was like one of the ears. See how much curb he will take, as Lexus has left the session, so he will need an invite back.
Or not?
Let's see. Try not to mention 0-0